Unless they can do something to replicate the herbs or
I
something.
maybe, but I mean, still, it's like, what
But
kind
that's
of,
kind of a long shot.
yeah,
Plus, there still has to be that whole combat thing to determine who's going to be the next king or queen. Are they even allowed to have queens is a question because they always say king. They never say the next whatever. They always say the next king.
yeah,
So maybe it's a culture where they can't have queens. And you know what bothered me about like the very beginning part of it was like, um, spoiler alert, I guess, but the guy who plays basically the Black Panther that you think of, Chadwick,
yeah.
his dad was the original Black, not the original, but a more recent Black Panther who died, and that's why Chadwick basically took up the helm. But he just sort of assumed the role of Black Panther before they did the whole fucking battle thing. So like, why was he allowed to bomb around in the Black Panther suit and be Black Panther before he basically earned it? That's I was like, what the fuck?
I don't know, man. That
And
seems
honestly,
like,
like that's in the Cinema Sins thing, like because I watched that too. But like, I
yeah.
thought of that even before I watched that. I was like, why is he allowed to be Black Panther if he didn't do anything? Like it's just is his dad like that'd be like you know like you're saying that
Well,
his sister gets to take up the helm. Well, okay, but doesn't she have to like shouldn't she have to fight for it first? Shouldn't whoever it is have to earn it?
here's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking like his father probably got too old to be the Black Panther anymore. So just one of those things like off screen, T'Challa actually won the thing so he could actually be the new Black Panther.
Hmm.
And then as far as like being the new king, they probably said, okay, we're gonna have him as like a placeholder for now, and then when we have time to mourn and what have you, then we'll have another tournament.
Hmm.
They also said like they also do that ceremony every like I think it's like what once a year or something like that, or
I forget, dude.
I
Honestly.
forget what it is too, but they also have that ceremony. So I mean, it's you never know. There could be some logic to it. There could not be, but you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole thing's just kind of goofy.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a deal breaker for me, but I was still like, why the fuck does he get to be Black Panther?
Yeah, just enjoy the fucking movie.
I mean, it was enjoyable. I mean, there was parts of it that I was like, all right, that's pretty cool. And I mean, the technology show was pretty cool and all that, but
Well, yeah,
I don't know. It
yeah.
just wasn't like, oh my god, awesome.
No,
That's kind of my problem with like comic book movies in general is I feel like they're really overhyped. People are like, oh my god, this movie's gonna be awesome, and then I watch it and I'm like, eh. I mean, it's all right. And I think part of my problem with it is like the heavy reliance on CGI. And I mean, it looks amazing and all that, but like it still just doesn't feel like a movie to me. It feels like a cartoon,
yeah,
which
because
is fine, but
well, yeah, you're just more of a fan of like the practical effects.
oh yeah, totally.
Like
That's why, I mean, there wasn't really CGI, but there were, effects used in like the old school Superman or Batman movies. But it's not like they were, digitally painting on fucking Batman onto the screen to have him fight or whatever. It was all
no,
choreographed and shit. It was a guy in a rubber suit.
no, but I mean, to be fair, and the old school Superman, they would just have him like hide behind a rock and then just like see a cartoon taking off.
Yeah, true. Well, yeah, in the old school. Yeah, like the black and white.
Yeah, but I mean, without those the CGI's like it's kind of tough to like pull off the practical effects without spending millions upon millions of fucking dollars though.
I
Like
guess. I mean,
it's like you can't really make like a fully functioning like Iron Man suit as a practical effect in the sense
well,
of like you
that's
can't have
true.
like yeah you can like do it for like close ups or whatnot and just have like little things like pop up or whatever have you like I guess you can pull it off but A it's going to be really expensive and like B it's just okay what do you do after that?
Yeah, Iron Man would definitely be probably one of the more challenging just because of how much shit that suit can do.
Yeah,
That's kind of the problem. That's really hard to do practical because you basically have to have effectively a suit for each thing that it can do, or at
yeah,
least a different component for each thing that it does.
yeah,
And
or
that'd be a
if you're
pain in the dick.
yeah it'd be a real pain in the dick and I mean, not only that but like you get some fan service for the fans every now and then like when he has in Avengers Infinity War like he has like instead of like the fucking arc reactor thing in his chest he actually has like a thing containing like nanobots that like come together and make his Iron Man suit.
Mm.
So, which is the thing in the comics. You do it for the fans, but you can't really do that as a practical effect. So, I mean, it's kind of like a give and take kind of thing.
Yeah.
But again, man, like, I think the thing with Avengers, like the Infinity Saga, it was mostly fans just going like, holy shit, we have this storyline that we're familiar with, and we're actually going to get to see all of these characters on the fucking big screen. Like, this isn't like just like a one-off, like a Batman movie or like, this random movie or whatever have you. Like, we're seeing all of these characters, and not only that, like, it's a culmination of like a built-up storyline for like 10 years. And admittingly, it's better than anything WWE's done for the last 10 years.
It's sort of been like digital comic books, because just like the comics, they all sort of tie in together, but they are also their own standalone thing and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I appreciate what they're doing, the shared universe and all that. And honestly, they kind of originated that whole concept. So, I mean, kudos for doing it and for finally like doing it quote unquote right. But I don't know. It's just I haven't really gotten into them for whatever reason. I enjoy some of them, but just I enjoy some more than others. Like I really dug Spider-Man: Homecoming. I actually wasn't that big of a fan of Far From Home. I thought that Mysterio was incredible.
Yeah,
but other than that, I thought that movie was just kind of eh.
Which again, there's another character where like practical effects can't really fucking pull him off.
Oh yeah, no. If you wanted to do Mysterio, man, you'd be hosed.
Yeah.
Especially like the kind of stuff that they were doing, the effects and like those Mysterio scenes where Mysterio's fucking with Peter Parker with Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Or was he Peter Parker? I forget. He was a Spider-Man.
He was Spider-Man when he was fucking with him.
Yeah. I mean, I think he knew it was Peter, but regardless, yeah, when he was fucking with him, and man, that whole scene is just incredible.
Oh yeah. But yeah, like again, like you like Spider-Man movies, right? Okay. We can do this suit as a practical. We can do the suit as a whole practical thing, and have him like web swing and all that practical shit. You like Venom? Well, too bad. Can't do that without CGI.
That's true. Yeah, Venom would look like shit without CGI. Yeah. I don't know who you could do as a villain. I mean, I guess they already did it, but Green Goblin you could do, or Hobgoblin.
Not even really.
You can't really do Doc Ock.
No.
That'd be a pain. You kind of could do, what's his name there? Electro. You could kind of do the Lizard.
No.
Because he doesn't really have any special powers. He's just a giant lizard.
Well, yeah, it's just a giant lizard, but I mean, still, it's like...
You're like a rubber poop monster. Yeah, but a rubber lizard monster.
Yeah. I mean, you also got to figure, like, a suit like that would weigh, like, what, a couple 100 pounds? It's going to be really tough for the fucking guy to move around in.
Yeah, that's true. And a big-ass tail.
A big-ass tail, and not only that, there's only going to be, like, limited shit you're going to be able to do with, like, a full fucking, like, functioning rubber suit.
That's true. Yeah, I guess not having CGI in the mix really limits your villain pool. And your character pool in general. Villain or hero or otherwise.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, you want a superhero movie that's just practical effects and not CGI? Like, go watch The Toxic Avenger. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all practical effects and makeup and something.
Good old Toxie.
Yep, good old Toxie. I love The Toxic Avenger, man.
Me too. It's been a long time since I've seen that one too, but yeah, it's a good flick.
It is.
Or Swamp Thing.
Swamp
Thing was practical.
Swamp Thing they made into a TV show too, so I haven't seen that.
It's been a while since I've seen any Swamp Thing.
And I haven't seen the new TV show that they did, because they originally started it on, I think it was like on the DC app, and then they canceled it after like one episode, something like that. And then it got picked up by the CW, so it's going to be part of like that, the Arrowverse as it was called.
The Arrowverse?
Yeah, because it started off as the Green Arrow TV show, and then it branched off into like, hey, we're going to have the Flash, and then Supergirl, and then Legends of Tomorrow, and then I think Stargirl, and then they're bringing in Swamp Thing, and then they ended Arrow after like almost 10 seasons. I think it was I think it was like 8 seasons, 9 seasons, something like that.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot, but
Oh. Did they end it because they wanted to, or did they just get canceled?
They wanted to.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it's like there's a really good interview with Stephen Amell and Michael Rosenbaum. If you go listen to Michael Rosenbaum's podcast, Inside of You, where it actually made news, not for the reasons that you would think, but um, Stephen Amell actually had a kind of like a panic attack like during the interview, and like even Rosenbaum like afterwards like he sent him a text. He's like, dude, just want to make sure you're okay. Blah 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 blah. And when everything was cool, he's like, hey, if you want, we can start the whole thing over. He's like, no, 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 no. He's like, I want people to hear this.
Mm.
So good on Stephen Amell, man. I like that guy. If I ever get the chance to meet him, man, I'm fucking doing it.
I'm not really sure I'm familiar with his work. I mean, I'm sure it'll be one of those things where you're like, he was in this and that and this and that.
Well, he was actually in the Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows.
I mean, obviously Arrow, but
yeah.
What was that?
He was actually in Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. He actually played Casey Jones.
Oh shit, cool.
Not really. Not really. Don't get me wrong. Is he a good actor? Hell yeah. But just like the way they made Casey Jones, like they made him as like instead of him being like a street vigilante with like the mask and the hockey gear and whatnot, they made him like a whiny like police officer.
Well, that's obnoxious.
Yeah. And like,
don't get me wrong, he doesn't have the hockey mask and the gear and shit.
So like he does have the mask at like one point, and some of the gear and whatnot, but like other than that, like you would just be like, all right, it's just some random guy. That's not like the Casey Jones that I would recognize.
Mm.
Like I don't recognize this guy from like the comics or like even like the cartoon series.
Well, that's lame.
Yeah. Yeah.
What can you do?
Make a fucking new one.
Do it better.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, which I think there's rumors that they are making another like live action Ninja Turtles either movie or TV show, because I know Peter Laird, one of the co-creators, said he wants to make like a live action TV series in the kind of like the style of Daredevil, like dark, gritty, and I'm like, fuck yeah, bring it on, dude.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Very comics.
Yeah.
Style.
Yeah, instead of like what they have right now is a show called Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and it's just like, okay.
I wonder if they'd all wear red in his version.
Maybe. Maybe.
Maybe. 2 spoons?
Yeah, they got 2 spoons. But no, I
always thought it was kind of bullshit that like each turtle had 2 weapons except for Donatello. Why didn't Donatello have 2 bow staffs?
Because then you kind of need 2 hands to handle a bow staff.
Well, yeah, but you could have one as a backup. And fucking Leonardo can rock 2 swords, and that seems a little...
Well, yeah, you can fight with 2 swords. You ever seen somebody try and fight with 2 bow staffs?
Well, not at the same time.
Well, yeah.
But you could have one as a backup, like on your back or whatever.
This is your pretzel moment right now.
I feel like even like the do you remember the old action figures had a way for you to like put the bow staff on his back?
Yeah, there was like a little like slot thing in the back. Yeah.
Yes. So see, he could have done it. He could have had the slot in the back for the bow staff that he carried, and then he could carry and use the other one.
You ever hear of the saying "too much of a good thing"?
Well, but then I guess too, like Leonardo could have 4 swords, and Raph and Mikey could have like 4 of their shit. Like,
yeah,
that falls apart pretty quick.
Yeah, and then you look at that and you're just like, well, okay, why do those guys get to fight with 4 weapons and Donatello only gets 2?
Well, seriously, give that motherfucker more hands.
Yeah, give him more bow staffs. Let's see him fight with 4.
I want turtle equality, damn it.
I want to see a giant turtle beat the shit out of somebody with 4 sticks.
I really do.
But yes, there is a new Ninja Turtles movie that is in the works. So let's see. This is from Deadline. Let's see. Deadline has learned that Nickelodeon is rebooting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the big screen with Point Grey Pictures, Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and James Weaver producing, and Jeff Rowe, Gravity Falls connected, is going to be the director. Let's see. Brandon O'Brien, who wrote Neighbors, Sorority Rising, and Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates, will write the screenplay. Paramount will be handling global distribution for the film. And apparently it's going to be CGI, and Seth Rogen is saying, like, look, one of the things that we're going to be focusing on is like the fact that